Good morning, friends. Miss Mishke back again last week of February, our last week of Black History Month, and another week reading out of this book, Black Heroes, 51 Inspiring People from Ancient Africa to Modern Day USA by Arlisha Norwood, PhD. Today, we are learning about Langston Hughes. Langston Hughes was a renowned poet and playwright, as well as a social activist. James Mercer Langston Hughes was born in 1902 in Missouri and was raised by his grandmother in Lawrence, Kansas. His grandmother raised him to take great pride in his race. As a child, Langston loved reading. Books gave him an escape from his ordinary life. He started writing when he was very young and was made class poet in 8th grade. He wrote his first poem for the graduation ceremony. As a teenager, Langston treasured literature. He began writing for the school newspaper and started to write poetry regularly. One of his first major poems, The Negro Speaks of Rivers, was published in a magazine called The Crisis in 1921. 2 years later, Langston left to explore the world. He traveled to Africa and Spain and lived in England and Paris for a short time before returning to the United States to finish college. Langston lived in Harlem, New York in the 1920s and 30s. This was during the Harlem Renaissance, an explosion of intellectual and artistic growth in the Black community, with more Black musicians, writers, and artists than anywhere in the world. Langston was inspired by the energy of the time and place, and his writing blossomed. He published Let America Be America Again in 1936. This powerful poem expressed the hopes and dreams of Black people in the United States and remains one of his most celebrated works. Langston wrote stories and poems that shed light on African Americans in a new way, exploring their everyday lives. He wrote plays and even worked to develop films. Langston also mentored other Black writers by starting writing groups and theater troupes. The organizations groomed many up-and-coming writers and playwrights, helping to launch their careers. Today, Langston's powerful novels and poems continue to connect readers to African American experiences. Here is a quote. "Jazz, to me, is one of the inherent expressions of the Negro life in America. The eternal tom-tom beating in the Negro soul, the tom-tom of revolt against weariness in a white world, the tom-tom of joy and laughter and pain swallowed in a smile." You can listen to Langston reading his poems online or read his poetry in Poetry for Young People, Langston Hughes, edited by David Rossell. Thank you for joining me again for another Black Hero. Before we go, I want to give a quick shout out to Mrs. Smart's 4-5 combo class. I had a student come and tell me that they were enjoying the videos, and it just really made my heart smile and made me feel really good. Oh, my lights just turned off in the classroom that I'm recording in. Oh, guys. Okay. So anyway, thank you, Mrs. Smart's class. You guys are amazing. I'll see you soon. And I'll see everyone else tomorrow for another hero from this book, Black Heroes, 51 Inspiring People from Ancient Africa to Modern Day USA. Goodbye.